Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Dani Gibson here with Dick Jerardi, and we are on NBC Sports Philadelphia. On today's show, jockey Christopher Elliott, the son of Stu Elliott of Smarty Jones fame, wins his first stakes race, and it's only been his sixth career win. Dick Jerardi catches up with Elliott about becoming a jockey, and Parks trainers Michael Moore's twisted ride heads to the spa in the Grade 1 Vanderbilt. We'll show you how he did. And horse racing is big business here in the Commonwealth. We're going to just show you how big, but we're going to go to Monmouth Park last Friday. It's the Regret Stakes for fillies and mares going 6 furlongs. We had a few Parks horses in there, but that's not the story.
It's really not the story. Look, there's a big favorite, Intrepid Daydream, the 3, but our story is keep an eye on the 1. If you can actually see her, Reclusive, because she's so far back, Dani, at the early in the race, you're going, well, she's got no chance. She's 35-1, and she's ridden by Chris Elliott, the son of Stu Elliott, who's just getting into the game. I mean, when you watch Chris ride, he looks like he's been riding for 10 years. This kid is really, really good. Keep your eye on the 1, Reclusive, a week ago Friday at Monmouth Park.
Disco Ebo on charge and went 21.99 seconds. Flying out here on the Monmouth third, 3/4 of a length ahead. Intrepid Daydream, Centaur in second. Bel Pensiero is 3 wide, and Mia's Crusade is charging 4 wide at the top of the lane. Talk to the judges, completely given way. Pacific Rose is in with a shot right behind the leaders now. Disco Ebo has lost the lead to Bel Pensiero. Intrepid Daydream is trying on the inside of her. Mia's Crusade far out. Pacific Rose, and here comes Reclusive. Reclusive from a mile behind is coming fast, takes the lead for apprentice Christopher Elliott, and Reclusive wins the Regret Stakes.
You made up a lot of ground, Lake. How did that feel?
It felt great. You know, I've been watching this filly from Texas at Lone Star Park, and I know she has a big kick at the end, so I wasn't worried about being back there.
So you just outrode your 10-pound bug last weekend. This is your 6th career winner. How does it feel to get that first stake knocked off so early in your career?
Phenomenal. I really appreciate Tina Hurley. She's helped me, you know, back at Lone Star where I started off, and she's always supported me, so I really appreciate the opportunity that she gave me.
What an exciting finish there. Reclusive just coming flying at 34-1. You know, horses are bred for excellence. Well, jockeys are too, and he is the son of Stu Elliott. You know what I think really helped too? He had gotten on this horse down in Texas, and he had that familiarity with the horse. And boy, the Parks horses were smoking up front.
No question. You had the speed duel. It was nice of the Parks horses to talk to the judge and Disco Ebo to go out and help set it up, because there was a giant speed duel out there. But when you watch Chris in the stretch, Dani, it would have been easy to go around all these horses, and I wrote about it on letsgoracingparks.com this week, but instead he splits them and he's rolling, and if you watch the gallop out, this horse was ahead by 100, so congratulations to Chris for his first stakes win. I can tell you this, watching him ride, it will not be his last, and I got a chance to catch up with Chris when he stopped here at Parks in the final week before the break. Here it is. Here with Chris Elliott. Chris, what's it like coming back here when you watched some races with your dad when you were a kid?
It's great. You know, this is home. This is where I grew up, home track, and you know, everybody knows my dad around here, so it's great to be back.
And for you, what made you want to do what your dad did? I know you've got about 75 mounts now. What made you want to be a jockey?
Watching when you win the Derby. I've watched it 1,000 times, so the excitement, you know.
And you weren't even born yet,
No.
so you have no memory of it. But how many times do you think you've watched that race?
1,000 times, yeah.
And for you, about riding, what is it about horses and the whole sport that you really like?
I like, you know, the people. Everybody out there in the morning works hard to get these horses to run. You know, us as jockeys, we got to try to do our job too and get the most run out of our horses. And I just like, you know, the competitiveness. So.
What was it like riding against your dad a couple times down in Texas?
It was really good. I rode against him maybe in about 5 races. In the first race we rode together, we went on 1-2. He beat me.
Okay.
I rode second, but yeah.
So I know you're going to be riding at Monmouth for a while during
Yes,
the break. Will we see you back here? Are you going to stay here?
Yes, sir. I'll be back at Parks. That's the plan, so I look forward to it.
And what trainers are you talked to a bunch of trainers? Who's giving you a shot here? I saw Carlos Guerra just gave you a shot.
Yes, sir. Carlos has given me a shot. You know, Ernesto Padilla has given me a shot, so I look forward to many, many more trips here at Parks. So.
I hope John Service will give you a shot, Chris.
Yeah, I think John will give you a shot. I think he will. So
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
A lot of fun watching Chris, get his career going. And, it's just got to be such a proud dad moment, too, for Stu and his wife. She's obviously really involved as well, but he's going to be awesome. I can feel it.
Yeah, and he's going to be a regular at Monmouth, and he also told us on the days when Monmouth doesn't run, when Parks is running, when it comes back, Smarty Jones week, that he's going to come down here and be a regular. And I can tell you, anybody that's now watching tapes of him, they got to say, hey, let's give this kid a shot.
Oh, yeah. He'll be on some of my horses, that's for sure. We're going to go to our first break, but we have so much coming up around the corner. We're going to head to the spa, and we're going to see that awesome Vanderbilt Stakes with Twisted Bride, the PA bred, all coming up.
The Excite Center at Parks Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss Funny Man JB Smoove on Saturday, September 14th, plus Straight No Chaser on Friday, October 18th. Don't miss these two exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parks Casino. Parks Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Well, welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Now, no racing here at Parks. We are in our summer break. They're doing track renovation, 3-week, no races, but we do come back in full force August 19th.
Yeah, and that's a huge week, Danny, and it starts the biggest month of the year here, obviously, at the racetrack. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Smarty Jones Day is that Saturday, and everybody knows what's happening on September 21st. We also have P-Day at the races that Monday, so it's all happening.
I'm having a good break, but I miss my buddies here on the rail. I can't wait to see all of you guys.
Yeah, they'll be back. You'll be back. We'll all be back.
Can't wait. Well, let's get to some national races. And the summer is all about Saratoga. We're talking about the Grade 1 Alfred G. Vanderbilt handicap, 6 furlongs, $350,000 is the big purse. And Skelly, the good sprinter, is our post-time favorite.
Incredibly fast. Danny's been in front in 14 of 16 races at the first call. He was second in the other two. They got him to catch. I mean, it's interesting horses in there. Baby Yoda, who runs some big ones. Subrogate, who can run giant. The horse we're interested in is Twisted Ride for Michael Moore. Now, they were between the DeFrancis, which was the next day at Laurel. Finally, the decision was, let's go take this cool horse and try to see what we can do in a Grade 1. They didn't bet him. He was 34-1, but keep your eye on the 2 here, Twisted Ride.
Skelly cruises past the half-mile pole in 22-1, opens up 3 on Nakatomi as they head toward the 3/8 pole. They're followed by Twisted Ride, racing on the inside of Subrogate. Baby Yoda gets a nudge, 8 lengths off this loose leader, Skelly. Skelly comes to the quarter pole in charge over Nakatomi as the field turns for home. Subrogate one from the outside. Baby Yoda is next. Nakatomi is now coming after Skelly. Skelly's lead diminishing. Nakatomi coming to him at the 8th pole. Twisted Ride running a good race in third. They're in the final furlong. And Nakatomi is right up to Skelly. And he's right on by. Nakatomi. Stellar in the Alfred G. Vanderbilt. Wins wrapped up by 2. Skelly was second.
And Nakatomi gets the win, but we feel like we won. Twisted Ride had that game 3rd place finish, and KCK Racing, Bob and Sue Kringle, they were so proud of their homebred. They wanted to take a picture for 3rd. They felt like they won, and they did. To see their horse show up in a Grade 1 like that, it's the dream.
No question. Grade 1 place, and I know I got a text from Mike right after the race saying I've never been so happy to be 3rd. But yeah, you get a horse, as cool a horse as Twisted Ride is, and there's no cooler horse at this racetrack. Got 100 buyer figure. As Mike was asking me about the number, I said, you know what? He's one of those kind of horses that just runs fast enough to be competitive. And 2 more strides, he would have been second. He was going to go by Skelly. Yeah. He ran tremendous.
Well, we actually went to the barn to catch up with his trainer, Mike Moore, on Twisted Ride. Mike Moore, obviously Twisted Ride, he does not cease to amaze us. He always steps up. Talk about that exciting 3rd in the Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that was it was a great day because we didn't have real high expectations. He ran great. He surprised us. He was 34-1. you know, I said to the owners, you know, we probably never felt so happy to be third before, you know. So he, yeah, like I said, he really tries, you know, and he kept coming and ran really well.
Yeah, I know Bob and Sue said they wanted to get their picture taken for third. And, you know, what's next? And I heard you had some pretty exciting offers as well.
Yeah, the owners got an offer to buy him. I think they turned it down, thankfully. But I don't know. You know, there's a stake here in August, a smaller stake, the Tomlinson. You know, that's at 6.5. And then, you know, there's also 4 go up at Saratoga, which is 7/8. Again, very, you know, $500,000, obviously very tough again. So, you know, we'll have to weigh our options. You know, I'd probably like to give him a little easier, but we'll see.
Well, and talk about just, you know, what makes him so tenacious. And you train a lot of horses, but he definitely has that extra something special.
Yeah, he really does. Like, it's something you can't really categorize, you know, because I feel like I have some other horses that could be as good as him, but they don't quite have the, I guess, heart that he has, you know. So, you know, he does amaze you. He really does, you know.
Oh, pretty exciting for a homebred and a Pennsylvania bred, and a great job. And we can't wait to see where Twisty is next.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks, Mike. And pretty cool that, you know, they're getting offers for him. But I know we're all really glad we're going to still see him here in Pennsylvania. And he means so much to his owners, Bob and Sue and Mike Day.
Understandably so. As I said, he is my favorite horse here at Parks.
He is really cool. He loves to fight. Well, let's get to some more national races up at Saratoga. This is the Grade 2 Jim Dandy 3-year-olds going 1 1/8 miles, $500,000, and we see Sierra Leone come back.
They're going to keep making this horse the favorite until he actually starts winning again. But yeah, he was the favorite in the Belmont, was a third, got lugged in again. They couldn't get him to run straight. He's hey, good luck if you like horses coming from way back. Fierceness, Danny, is the 9 to 5 second choice. Now, here's what we know. When he's good, like in the Florida Derby or the Breeders' Cup, unbeatable. Runs huge. When he's bad, man, he really runs bad. So who knows what to expect exactly. Not much pace. And we also have the Preakness winner in here, Seize the Gray. Since the Preakness, my man D. Wayne, 0 for 40. Not good since the Preakness. Maybe Seize the Gray can seize the day. We'll see. Here's the Jim Dandy.
So it's Pony Express, a perfect trip for Fierceness. The opening quarter went in 23 4/5 seconds. And Batten Down is running in third. It's another 4 to Gould's Gold on the outside of Seize the Gray, who's well off this pace, and 4 more lengths to a relaxed Sierra Leone. Pony Express, the long shot leader, tracked by Fierceness toward the half-mile pole with Batten Down third. Seize the Gray still in fourth, Gould's Gold fifth, now 8 lengths off the lead, and another 3, Sierra Leone yet to be asked, 47 2 for the half. It's Pony Express. Fierceness poised to pounce on him around the far turn, moving in, and there he goes. Fierceness makes his move and takes command around the far turn. Batten Down running a good race. He's coming after them. Pony Express still hanging in there second. It's 5 lengths back to Seize the Gray, and Sierra Leone is launching his bid. He's coming swiftly on the outside. Here comes Sierra Leone, and the showdown we've been waiting for. Fierceness drifts out. Sierra Leone is coming at him, and in between them, Batten Down is running the race of his life. Sierra Leone hugs the rail. Fierceness, though, still has the lead at the 16th pole. They'll come for the wire, and it's still Fierceness. Fierceness is going to hold on. Fierceness has won the Jim Dandy.
The real Fierceness showed up and, you know, broke well, and Johnny V, just so smart, kind of just kept him out there. We did learn something about Sierra Leone. When he's on the rail, he doesn't lug in.
Yeah, hard to lug in when there's a rail to your inside. But yeah, I mean, Flavien Prat didn't really have much of a choice because Johnny said, you know what, if you're going to come around me, you're going to be out by the outside rail. Fierceness, the good Fierceness, 103 buyer. Sounds like Sierra Leone's going to come back at the Travers. And Wayne says we'll be back with Seize the Gray, although he didn't run very well. Fierceness, they're saying he needs more time between races.
Yeah.
He needs like 8 weeks. Well, I don't know about you, Danny, but I can read the calendar. 8 weeks sounds like September 21st. Love to see the 2-year-old champion in the Florida Derby here for the Pennsylvania Derby. We shall see what Todd Pletcher and the group decides.
We would love that. Rapoli, we would love to see you
Come
here
on down,
for
Mike.
Pennsylvania
We're always
Derby.
happy to see the commissioner.
Absolutely. Well, let's go down to Laurel Park. This is the $150,000 Frank D. DeFrancis Memorial. 6 furlongs. Lots of Parks action in here, but Dean Delivers is our favorite. For Ned Allard, he was here for years.
Love Ned, one of my favorite people to ever be here or anywhere. Dean Delivers has been really cool since Ned got him, trying for 3 wins in a row for Dean Delivers.
Yeah, Gordy and Knott also in the field for trainer Jamie Ness. Here is the call of the Frank DeFrancis.
Dean Delivers leads the way from 5 Dreams. Past the half-mile pole with Sibelius chiming in with early foot on the outside. And inside is 7's 11. Then Little Vic and Prince of Jericho's in between horses. 5 to close in now. And Gordy and Knott trails the field. Opening quarter whipped up 22 and 2/5 of a second. And so Dean Delivers pressed by. Outside, 5 Dreams. Sibelius right off that pace in 3rd position as they swing for home. Next out of the inside is 7's 11. And they're into the stretch now. And Dean Delivers punched through a 45 and 2 half-mile. Is still going strong. Dean Delivers driven. Here comes Prince of Jericho trying to rally for a share. And outside, 5 Dreams won't give up the fight. 5 Dreams second. Late charge. Gordy and Knott moving into 3rd. Dean Delivers a dazzler in the dash.
And Dean Delivers does just that and delivers. But let's give it up to 5 Dreams. He was a huge Parks horse. Miguel Rodriguez had him, Jamie Ness, Michael Moore, and this horse really showed up, got a nice second at 40-1.
Yeah, how about that at 40-1? And Gordy and Knott, we mentioned, Danny ran a good 3rd. 4th time now for Jamie Ness, Joe and Basie. I mean, always been a cool horse. 93 buyer, career top. It was career top buyer day for Parks horses going out of town. I wrote about all of it on Let'sGoRacingParks.com this week.
Yeah, and you had to think Twisted Ride would have demolished that field in the DeFrancis.
As it turned out, he would have been hard to beat.
But it's pretty cool he got the 3rd. Well, we're going to go to another break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the economic impact that horse racing has on the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and best of the rest coming up.
The Excite Center at Parks Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss the hilarious Steve Trevino on Saturday, November 23rd, plus funny lady Kathleen Madigan on Saturday, December 7th. Don't miss these 2 exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parks Casino. Parks Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Go Racing. Well, horse racing has a huge footprint here in the state of Pennsylvania. We set up a lot of jobs and a huge economic impact on our state.
Yeah, there's no question. It's not just here at the racetrack. Obviously, that's the thing we're closest to, Danny, but you think of all the open spaces and all the jobs at farms and everywhere else. Here's a great feature on the economic impact of horse racing in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania's horse racing industry has undergone significant growth since the establishment of the Pennsylvania Race Horse Development Trust Fund in 2004. This growth has not only impacted the state's economy, but has also brought about various societal benefits.
Pennsylvania horse racing and breeding has really focused on nourishing and reaching out to youth. So that's really important to us because there is a lot of interest, and we wanted to show these equine enthusiasts at a young age that there are jobs to be had here in our racing and breeding industry.
It's just interesting to see the different aspects of it and preparing for the races.
Harness racing was recently calculated in an economic impact study that it contributes $8.2 billion to the U.S. economy. Over $1 billion of that is Pennsylvania alone. So Pennsylvania plays a big part in that.
There's so much value in teaching young people the jobs we provide and how that ripples out.
How many people does one racehorse employ? It can be dozens of people, like trainers, veterinarians, breeders, and so many more. Even beyond direct economic impact, the horse racing industry plays a vital role in many related industries like agriculture. In 2018 alone, Pennsylvania horse racing reinvested over $721 million into the state's agriculture industry. In addition, the equine industry is also responsible for protecting 18% of the total acres set aside in Pennsylvania's Agricultural Preservation Program. Learn more about the economic benefits of horse racing by visiting penhorseracing.com today.
Well, thanks to our friends with the PHRA for that great feature. It just really just shows you like how important horse racing is. It touches so many things, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
As we all are.
Well, let's get to best of the rest, and we're going to Saratoga for the Grade 3 Caress Stakes. 5.5 furlongs for fillies and mares on the grass, and there's a PA bred in here we like.
Yeah, check out the 8. This is as good a ride as you'll ever see from Irad Ortiz. Don't look back at all. If the name seems familiar, she was down here a couple of weeks ago, won the Power by Far, the PA bred. Irad waits and waits. He's sitting at a perfect trip, and she's just going to get up for West Point Thoroughbreds at the wire to win by a neck. 8-1 you would have gotten if you backed the Power by Far winner. Don't look back at all.
Frank Miramati said it perfectly, a complete cavalry charge, but the PA bred did prevail there. Let's go out to California and Del Mar's racing. This is the Grade 1 Bing Crosby Stakes, 6 furlongs, $400,000, and you cannot love the Chosen Brawn anymore.
This is the Cal-bred version of Twisted Ride. He's unbelievable. He just fires every time, doesn't matter if he's in Cal-breds or open stakes like this one. He's going to win this one pretty comfortably, Danny. I bet 19 wins in 24 career starts. Eric Krojak, the trainer, wasn't happy with how it prepared him for the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year. So he's going to give him a race, train him harder. He's a factor now, 105 buyer. I think he's got a real chance. Wouldn't it be cool to see him win the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Sprint back at Del Mar in November?
I would be so cool with that. And you got to just think the trust that his jockey Hector Barrios and him have. And he's got that competitive nature, similar to what we see here in PA with Twisted Ride. Yep. Got to love horses like that. I'm all in on the Chosen Brawn. Well, we're going to go to another break, but we still have more coming up. We have our Turning for Home family photo, Ion Racing, a little more stuff on Smarty Jones. Who doesn't love that?
The Excite Center at Parks Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss Funny Man JB Smoove on Saturday, September 14th, plus Straight No Chaser on Friday, October 18th. Don't miss these 2 exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parks Casino. Parks Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
The PA Horse Breeders Association has a remarkable story to tell. North America's most lucrative awards program also produces Grade 1 winners year after year. Of all the great PA breds, none is more well-known, more iconic than Smarty Jones. We salute Smarty on the 20th anniversary of his wins in the first 2 jewels of the 2004 Triple Crown, at the time becoming only the 3rd ever undefeated Preakness champ.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. We have another Turning for Home family photo to share with you. This is Beer Goggles, also known as Tipsy. Gotta love that. Beer Goggles retired with Kelsey Parisi, her really restarting and retraining with her adopter Jessica, and she now is just living her best life, teaching Jessica's daughter how to ride in the rodeo and compete in 4-H. And I just love 4-H. It's a great organization and really teaches kids a lot of amazing skills.
You were involved in that way back in the day. Yeah,
I was. Gotta love it. Well, let's get to Ion Racing, and pretty big day today.
Yeah, Whitney Day at Saratoga. The Whitney National Treasure will be the big favorite for Bob Baffert. Right now, he'd be the favorite for Horse of the Year at the moment, but there's other stories that we'll get to in a second about that. Ways and Means in the test, look out. Cogburn in the Troy, he is the fastest turf sprinter in the country, and the PA bred Whitty. And Whitty, if Whitty runs second, Danny, you'll be out here to the scream all the way from Bucks County, because I'll have that exact cold tomorrow at Laurel in the Caesars with Majestic Creed for Bobby Ann Hawthorne. And in the Bald Eagle Derby, I love this name, at Laurel tomorrow, Elevated Game for Jamie Ness. And remember the crowd pleaser Treviso for Cal Lynch, how impressive that horse was? He'll come back in that race on the grass at Laurel tomorrow.
Oh, really looking for that. And 3-year-olds in the West Virginia Derby on Sunday. Yeah, so we got a good weekend.
And we'll maybe see some of them here for the PA Derby.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Looking forward to that. Well, what's going on with Smarty Jones in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, again, it's a big push. Our president of PTHA, Bob Hudd, is behind it. We're all in on this to get Smarty Jones at least a hearing. Remember, there's a committee. You have to get a certain amount of votes to get out of the committee, And if Smarty Jones can get out of the committee, then there's an entire electorate, of which I am one. You need 50% of the votes. Up to this point, he hasn't been able to get onto the ballot. Let's see if we can get him on a ballot for 2025.
Yeah, let's get this horse in the Hall of Fame where he is very much deserved. We're going to have a big promo too here on Smarty Jones Day. They're going to have free tote bags while they last. There's going to be a pretty cool Smarty Jones jersey that we're going to hear more about too.
Can't wait to catch up with all that. And I caught up with a few people all about Smarty Jones. The only reason Smarty Jones isn't in the Hall of Fame is because how the Belmont Stakes played out. Obviously, he would have won and he got the trip justified, got our American Pharaoh. To this day, are you still frustrated by that? I know I am.
You know, I mean, no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I put it behind me. I'm frustrated that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I don't think the Belmont cost him the Hall of Fame. I think if he was a Kentucky bred, he'd be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I'm just going to tell you the way it is, and that's the way I feel.
As a fan of racing, it's hard to believe it was 20 years ago that Smarty Jones took us all in Philadelphia, the birthplace of America, where the Declaration of Independence was signed, the birthplace of the underdog, Rocky, where there's a statue in front of Town Hall, and then there was Smarty Jones, a horse born from humble beginnings, who wasn't born to be a champion, almost died before his first race when he fractured his head, and somehow rose above it to impressively win his maiden and then take 7 consecutive stake races leading up to the Test of Champions, the Belmont Stakes. In winning the Kentucky Derby, he had higher buyers, speed figures than Triple Crown winners Justified, American Pharaoh. In the Preakness, I don't think too many people know this, but he may have run the fastest speed figure on the Ragozin sheets, which the professional handicappers use in all of history. I think it was a -3.5 or something like that. He ran a buyer of 118, which is the highest buyer in the 21st century. Put it in comparison, Triple Crown champions American Pharaoh, I believe, ran a 97 to Smarty Jones 118. On this, his 20th anniversary, we're going to ask fans everywhere in Philadelphia and across America to start a letter writing campaign respectfully requesting that they reconsider giving him what he is owed.
Well, we certainly hope this promotion works. I mean, not only to Pennsylvania horse fans, but just around the world. Smarty Jones has been so important.
Certainly one of the most popular horses of the 21st century. There isn't any question about that. And I just think the way it ended left a sour taste in people's mouths because most people didn't understand the story behind the story. Hopefully that gets out and the committee will give this horse the look that he deserves.
Absolutely. Well, lots going on here in the summer in horse racing. We look forward to seeing you next week on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba's got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away, and Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Vet Parks Pennsylvania Derby.